Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Again, we talked about the resumes of these two guys, right? And for some reason, the Spence fans, they always harp on this thing. They harp on this notion that Errol Spence's resume is just worlds apart from Terence Crawford's resume. Now, when you really think about that for a minute, it makes absolutely no sense because how could a person that been in one weight class mostly his entire boxing career's resume be better than a guy who had been in two other weight classes prior to welterweight? It makes no sense. Especially when he's also had more fights. The way I see it is the more fights, the more experience. You get to see different shapes of people, different types of people, styles. What they might lie to you about people is that Bud hasn't seen different styles of fighters, which is a lie. It's clearly a lie. Felix Diaz was different from Julius Hidalgo. Yoriokas Gamboa was different from Ray Beltran. Ricky Burns was different from Kell Brook. Kell Brook was different from Jeff Horde. Sean Porter was no Jeff Horde. Jeff Horde was no Sean Porter. All of these guys were different fighters. All right? So when they tell you that Errol Spence's resume is worlds apart from Bud's, I'm not really understanding how. So what that would mean is all of you have to talk about when Errol Spence really started fighting somebody, quote unquote, a somebody. And in my opinion, Errol Spence's first real somebody that he's fought was Lamont Peterson. That was the first real somebody to me. Not Chris Algieri, not Chris Van Heerden, not Leonard Bundu. Okay, it to me was Lamont Peterson. He was a pretty good, fighter. He was a force to be reckoned with in his day. He was a good fighter. Put on some good shows down at the lower weight class at 140. All right, then he came up to 147, and I guess he's retired now because he fought, was it Lipin Yates, pretty much put him out of commission. But nonetheless, Lamar Peterson is a good fight. I don't take nothing away from Lamar Peterson. That was a good opponent for Errol Spence. But let's be real, the first real step up was Lamar Peterson, as far as I'm concerned. Then he got into the Kell Brook. Kell Brook was a quality opponent, but Kell Brook was still broken. And I'll say this again: both Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fought a busted up, broken Kell Brook, if you ask me. Now, yeah, he said he felt great, but the truth of the matter is Kell Brook's face is never going to be the same again. And Triple G is the one that started that fad. All right, so Triple G is the one we should thank for Kell Brook having a weakened skull, okay? And then that allowed Errol Spence to get the other eye socket to be broken. And I already told you guys, your face, it weakens. It's not like we don't have the same type of bone that we might have in our shin. Like, you can keep, like kickboxers, they kick trees constantly. They fracture it over and over again. They're fracturing their shin bones. That's why you ask yourself, why is a kickboxer not hurt? Why doesn't it hurt their leg when they kick trees? It's because it's been so calcified over the fractures, over the repeated fractures, that it strengthens it. It's not the same with your face. That's the reason why when you break your orbital bone, you have to get titanium plates and shit in your face. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard anybody getting titanium plates in their shin bones? I don't think so. Right? So, that is where Errol Spence started getting his real competition, was Lamont Peterson. All right? As far as I'm concerned, Terence Crawford's resume, he started getting, I would say, like I said, this is all opinionative. Just like everybody else's opinion, everybody's vary, all right? My opinion is Terence Crawford's fight, that was pretty much a step up or a somebody, okay, was Ricky Burns. Okay, so you can't tell me that. I mean, Ricky Burns was 36-2 when he fought him. Okay, then Gamboa came next. Gamboa was unbeaten, but he knocked him out. All right, so you can say give or take. In between that, Hank Lundy, to me, he wasn't really a viable competition for Bud. That was somebody Bud just wanted to beat the fuck up because he was real disrespectful and shit like that. But you can't, like, these dudes is funny when you think about it, right? Like, they'll say Bud's competition was really nobody's, as if everybody Errol Spence fought was straight killers and just world beaters, right? But nobody talks about Ocampo, which was a mandatory, right? But nobody's taking that away from him. Ocampo, he had to do what he had to do. But there was this thing that went around. I'm not sure how true it is. They said that Ugas was originally supposed to be Errol's mandatory over Ocampo. I don't know how that went, what happened exactly with that. But if anybody know anything about that, what happened, share that with me. Drop that with me. But anyway, if I deem it to be Ricky Burns, okay? That's what I deem it to be. I deem Ricky Burns to be pretty much where Terence Crawford got his first recognition. Fighting a somebody. Okay? Everybody, again, I'm gonna say it again. Everybody's opinion is gonna be different on that matter. Mine remains firm. I would say Ricky Burns. So, Errol Spence, if he only been in one weight class, what that's telling me is they think the competition that Errol fought since Lamar Peterson, all of these guys are much more accomplished than all of the guys since Ricky Burns that Terence Crawford fought. I can sit here and pick through everybody from Ricky Burns on up, everybody from Lamar Peterson on up, and figure it all out. There's probably a small gap right there. You could argue the fact that Errol's resume might be a little bit better than Terence Crawford's, just by a little smidget, man. But worlds apart, no. Okay? He's fought Lamar Peterson. He was a good somebody. Danny Garcia was a somebody. But at welterweight, Danny Garcia wasn't really making no noise. So who was really Danny Garcia? He was good at the lower weight classes at 140. He's another smaller guy that came up in weight. And that's why Danny Garcia couldn't really shine at 147. That's not where he really belongs, man. I don't even think he belongs at 154. He's not. His power doesn't seem like is really going to transition up there. 140 was his spot. Now, you got Sean Porter, got Kell Brook. I already talked about Kell Brook. Got Sean Porter. Sean Porter had the WBC belt. Errol had to do what he had to do. That's a good opponent because he had the belt as well, too. He had to do what he had to do. Yordenis Ugas, he had the belt. But Ugas already had losses, which is nothing wrong with having losses, right? But these are I have to bring these things up because these Spence fans will criticize Terence Crawford's opponents for having losses or this, that, and the third, but won't do the same thing for Errol Spence and his opponents. So they're basically, to sum it up, they're telling us that Sean Porter, Yordenis Ugas, Kell Brook, and Danny Garcia. Pretty much that's the crust of Errol Spence's career right there when you think about it. They're telling us those guys right there are 100 times better than all of the competition that Bud has fought, plus all of the competition since Ricky Burns on up, as I stated. Not at all. Impossible. I would only say that the resume, as far as the name wise, might be a little better than Bud's. But experience wise, there's no way Errol Spence's resume is better than Terence Crawford. That's just the way I see it. Now, the names, as far as the household names, Danny Garcia might be a better household name than a Ricky Burns or a Julius Hidalgo. Absolutely. Sean Porter is more of a household name. Kell Brook's more of a household name. Ugas really ain't a household name at all. So come on, man. Y'all gotta stop it, man. Y'all gotta stop it. Their resumes are not worlds apart. That's it. It's your boy Rebel Life Boxing. Let me know what you think. Catch y'all on the next one. And I'm out.